Events are probably the most exciting thing to happen in Loomian Legacy, of course besides story updates. They include a bunch of new Loomians and reskins, add really cool new locations, and just generally get the community excited for a month. Today I'm going to be ranking them in order from worst to best. Of course, all of the events were at least pretty good, but some just go far beyond what others do to make a really great event. Keep in mind these are also just my opinions too, so you probably have different opinions on each of the events and would rank them differently, so yeah. Anyways, with that explanation out of the way, it's time for me to probably make some people angry when I say I don't like the Geklow event. This is the only event out of all of them that I don't actually remember playing, and if I did, it was only for a few minutes at most. Basically what happened was on the 1-year anniversary of Loomian Legacy being released, there were 6 different colored Geklow that you could find in the wild, being the Bronze, Silver, Gold, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire Geklows. The different variety of event Geklow had increasing rarity, going from as low as 1 in 100 to as high as 1 in 10,000. Now I'm going to be honest, while I am upset that I don't have any of these Geklows, they look way less cool than I thought they would. Maybe if they did the thing that they did with Gamma, Oxydrake, and NEVERMARE where they changed some parts of it to be the neon texture, my opinions would have changed. But yeah, as of now, I don't really like these. You could also get the Iguana saddle if you sewed an event-exclusive NPC, a gold Geklow. This I am really upset about, not because I want the saddle to use, but because it means my saddle collection will always be at least one short. Number 11, April Fools. I'm not really sure if I should actually include the April Fools events or not, since it's only like 1 day a year, and only really adds things to mess with the game, but the wiki counts it, so I guess I'll count it too. Every year on April Fool's Day, a bunch of stuff is added that just messes with the game. Every year, new stuff was added onto the old stuff, but as of this year, every April Fool's Day, Twilat would become giant, NPCs would face away from you when you talk to them, Ikazane would become the pagoda, textures were removed from everything, all corrupt Loomians would get Gamma Wisps, the wild Loomians and trainer positions in battle are swapped, indoor locations with encounters can experience weather, and every Loomian's cry is replaced with the Discord notification. There's not really much to this event besides that, unless you really want to hunt for a Loomian with a secret ability that can only be found indoors, so if you do, good for you, I guess, but literally nothing else besides that. Number 10, Rainbow Twilat Giveaway. This is another one that I'm not entirely sure if it counts or not, but apparently it does according to the wiki again. For the month of June in 2020 to celebrate Pride Month, special Rainbow Twilats were given out through Loomian's Discord. That's it? It did start the yearly trend of Rainbow Loomians being given away, which is cool, but I mean like, come on, it's a Twilat! Do you really want this besides it being funny? Number 9, Rainbow Duskit Giveaway. This is the same thing as the Rainbow Twilat giveaway, but now it's a Duskit instead of a Twilat. Content creators are also giving them out now, and they're also giving away Gamma Varis. I feel really bad for the people who got a Gamma Vari instead of a Rainbow Duskit. Those things are worth nothing now. Number 8, 2019 Halloween Event. This event was the first Halloween event, but it was also the first ever Loomian event, so you can't really fault it for not being super amazing. This event changed the encounter table at Highway Cemetery for about 3 weeks, adding Halloween forms of Slugling and Shorttree to the encounter table. I don't really have much to say about this event besides the event forms look way better than the originals, and I really wish I hunted for an Alpha Shorttree now. God damn it. Number 7, 2019 Christmas Event. This event was the first event to add a new Loomian, Icicle. Basically every few minutes somewhere in the map a gift would spawn and you had to go find it and open it. Inside you'll get a randomly chosen item ranging from literal garbage to, that's kinda good. You also had a small chance of getting Icicle from this, with an even smaller chance of getting one of the special colors. Halfway through the event, a Santa version of Ragoon was added into the wild. This also made its Gleaming form one of the most valuable Loomians in the game, since it was only like a week to get it and it wasn't boosted odds. How good. Number 6, 2020 Halloween Event. This is where events started going from, that was okay, to, oh wait, that's really cool, what? This is the first event that added a new location to the game, being Dr. Halloween's Nightmare. Basically what happened was this guy, Dr. Halloween, who is just Halloween misspelt to make it sound more like an actual name, was messing with interdimensional travel by making a wormhole into a coconut and taking the milk out without opening it? Then this thing, which is Metronet, started haunting his dreams until he stopped messing with interdimensional travel and got someone hurt or something. So of course, to stop his nightmares, he uses interdimensional travel to send you into his dream and stop his nightmares. They added a lore into an event, what? There's this weird minigame, and calling it a minigame is kind of a stretch, where up to 3 pumpkins appear and they're just retextured item crates that give you treats, which are the event currency. You gotta give a bunch to Metronet at the door, who speaks in full English sentences. What? And then they'll appear, you can catch them, they'll appear in the wild for the rest of the event. Cool. You can also find a Halloween version of Kabunga, which evolves via event item into... So you're telling me this thing, which was once a tree, turned into a scarecrow, and then evolved into a clown thing when given an orb? What is this game? This event also started the skeleton roaming trend, where every Halloween event had a skeleton form of a roaming Loomian. This year had skeleton Duskit in 6 different colors. It's pretty cool. Overall, this was a really good event. The minigame of clicking pumpkins was pretty but besides that, yeah, I liked it a lot. Number 5, Cosmere event. I'm grouping both of the Cosmere events here since they're pretty much the same event, but this year had more colors. There is a special meteor shower weather that appeared at one location that changed randomly every hour. In the meteor shower weather, you had a 1 in 128 chance of finding Cosmere. There's also many different colors of Cosmere that you can get, determined by what color the meteor weather is. Tiny little meteorites also fall from the sky and appear on the ground as items you can pick up. You can either use these as currency at the crashed Cosmere, who will give you items in exchange for feeding it meteorites, or you can use the meteorite on a Cosmere that's the same color as the meteor that you're using on it to increase a random UP stat of the Cosmere. On top of that, Matterite and Antimatterite can fall, which can be used to change your Cosmere to one of its 3 forms: Encased, which is the one that you find in the wild, Cracked, and Unleashed. There's quite a lot of stuff you can get out of this one Loomian, which is clear because it's had its own event. But I don't know, to me it always never really seemed all that fun when I played it. Maybe it's because Cosmere isn't affected by roaming boost and felt rarer than it should be. Actually, it probably is that. Also, every time it happens after the event, I regret not hunting, but then during the event, I don't want to, so it's weird. It's still a good event though. Number 4, Rainbow Vari event. Finally, a rainbow event that's not just a giveaway! That started with a giveaway! This event is the first event to ever be fully changed during it. The first day that it was out, there was a bounty hunting system where you had to find a very specific Loomian with specific stats at a specific place on a specific day, turn it into Rainbow Rick, and if you're one of the first 3 to turn in the correct Loomian, you got a Rainbow Vari. Of course, people started exploiting this, so the event was taken down for a week and turned into the current Rainbow Vari event, which is way cooler than the old one. It does mean that Rainbow Rick's assistant is gone. RIP for one day lived. Rainbow Rick is now located outside of the Lucky Wheel, and talking to him will start a quest where you have to find 6 hidden trainers around the map who use Loomians of a specific color and defeat them. These are also the first NPCs to use Gleamings in battle, each having 1 gamma of their respective color. Upon defeat, each trainer will give you a tuft of Loomian fur in the color they specialize in. Once you get all 6 tufts of Loomian fur, you go back to Rainbow Rick and he tells you to combine them into the Rainbow Tuft to make a Rainbow Loomian. You must find the Rainbow Master and get them to make it, because apparently putting 6 pieces of fur together is hard, I don't know. When you find her, you gotta battle her in a 5 rainbow variations, which can be a decently challenging battle if you aren't prepared. Once you beat her, she crafts all of the tufts into the Rainbow Tuft, which can be given to Rainbow Rick to get a Rainbow Vari. You can also choose its nature, which is pretty nice. But wait, this one is trade locked and doesn't have a Rainbow Wisp? Well, you can find the untrade locked wisped ones in the wild, as well as an entirely new Rainbow Shortchi. Well, it's not really rainbow, just its hat and wand are rainbow, as well as Alpha and Gamma Rainbow Shortchi forms. Even though this event just came out, I definitely would say it is one of my favorites. Being able to hunt anywhere for 2 different Rainbow Loomians is really nice, and the high level battles required for the questline are really cool. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a mid-event update adding even more, which would be really good if it did get added. Number 3, Jolly Village, both years. These last 3 were really hard to rank. They're all so good and pretty much can be interchanged with each other on where they're ranked. Jolly Village is the spiritual successor to the 2019 Christmas event. It's an entire snowy village, and it does a really good job at getting me in the Christmas spirit. I love how it feels like an actual place people live in, despite it being an event location. A new addition replacing the randomly spawning presents is the Gift Exchange, which is a really fun little minigame where you get randomly assigned gifts and clues, and you have to use limited amounts of stealing power to get the best gift you can with what you know. This game is actually really fun, though it is a bit slow compared to some of the other ones, but I really love it whenever this event comes around. Using the Jolly cookies you get from the minigame, you can also purchase some items from the event store. We've got the generic saddle, gummies, discs. There's also a festive light that allows you to turn the festive form of Kratel into Festifer. This is incredible. This event is also where Milo came from, who was a helpful NPC you can trade event currencies for things like boost tokens and shards. And don't even get me started on the wild encounters. We've got some of the best designs Loomians out of this, like Christmas Ikazane, Wabalisk, Festifer, Wintrix. Hell, they even gave Prope a Christmas form. There has been 2 roamings that have existed for this event, but the only one that you can soft reset for is the newest one that was added, and the other one is just findable in the wild. Both years you needed a special item from the Gift Exchange to obtain them. First year it was a key, which unlocked a gate and a mine at the back that contained a Wabalisk. Look at him! And the second year you'll get a hammer which you struck on a bell to crack open ice that revealed a boat that you could drive into a secret cave that had Akalos. Why is this so cool? I love this event, I think everyone does. It's just a really overall good event, but personally I think the other 2 2021 events just slightly edge this out. Number 2, the Sweet Retreat. The idea for this event is amazing. The Sweet Retreat was made when most Loomians were still being more heavily based off of animals and not just random stuff like a Pokemon. Though to be honest, that's probably a good thing. But then this event came around and was like, do you like cake? Let's make it into a pig. Somehow, food got into contact with soul crystals and became Loomians. Cool. They made a butterfly, but it's a paddle pop. What the heck? The minigame for the Sweet Retreat is so unique, you actually have to work together with others to play the reincarnation of Bake a Cake back for seconds. There were a few different stations that you could work at, and completing a part of the cake would earn you cake points that you could use to buy items from the head chef. And this is the second of the 2 events that has a saddle that I probably will never own. It's been like 15 months and this still annoys me. NEVERMARE! I don't know what the heck it is, but it's cool! Can't wait for it to come back and finally be an actual roaming since it'll be in the wild now. Right? The area for this event looks really great. Definitely gives off the feel of being in a candy factory. The machines for the cake minigame being Loomians is also a really cool touch and feels like something you'd see at like a Disneyland or something. The outside area where you hunt is also really cool and very different to anywhere else in the game, but still manages to fit in with the style. Really great. Overall, I love this event, and I wish I played it more when it came out. I actually don't know why I didn't. I was probably traveling or something. Also, it's been like 15 months since this came back. Why doesn't it exist anymore? Please, bring it back! And finally, you probably saw this coming, but number 1 is, of course, the Unfair Carnival. Oh boy, was this worth the 1-day delay it got. So do you remember Dr. Halloween's Nightmare? This is pretty much that, but if it was an actual place that feels like a real in-universe location and not just a nightmare. The Unfair really feels like an abandoned carnival with a graveyard in it. What a great combination! Family fun, games, and death! The graveyard is where you can find all of the event Loomians, and even if 4 of them are in the main story and 1 of them is Halloween Kabunga, the other stuff is really great. Metronet is back, Ikazane and Protagon get really cool event forms, Spirivi was there for like a week and that was pretty good. And new to the Unfair NEVERMARE, this thing is really cool. Not a hunter? Not to worry, go through the corn maze and get jump scared. In Loomian Legacy. What? Thank god it's not like a full-on FNAF jump scare. But there's still jump scares in Loomian Legacy! How does this exist? The goal of the minigame is to go into the maze and find randomly generated spooky I'm not sure if I should hate this name or not. Once you get the spooky, you can go into the menu... How do you say this word? Mausoleum. Oh, it's a grave, but a building. Anyways, once you get the spooky, you can go into the Mausoleum and unlock Nevermare as a roaming in the Unfair. Not sure why you have to go into this building to unlock it once in the maze, but okay. Overall, this event is just so amazing. The theme is on point, the new Loomians and forms are really great, and it has Among Us in the llama train in the graveyard. Congratulations. Okay, never mind, this event sucks. Wow, that was a video. Reminder that this video is pretty much entirely my own opinions, so it's fine to think that something like the Geklow event was better than the Unfair event. I would ask you if you were mentally okay, but hey, that's your opinion. Well, I don't really have anything left to say now, so subscribe if you haven't, and bye!